That just went into my mouth. Nice. I am starting to lose a little bit of hope. Oh, there's another one. Oh my gosh. Calendula that has passed away. Oh, wow. Look at the roots on that one. Good morning. It's 9:30 on a beautiful Sunday morning, and the weather is feeling really nice, and I'm feeling pretty motivated to get my planters out here and get another bit of hardening off in for them before I ultimately bring them out here for good. So I'm gonna grab them and bring them out here. Alright, I'm gonna leave these out here while I go to the store and run some errands this morning, and then I'll bring them back in here later today. I'm back from Sam's Club. It was a little breezier than I thought it was going to be, so I hope they did okay. I'm gonna bring them inside. They seem to be managing okay. Alright, I've got them all back inside. They did get a little flattened by the wind, so I'll give you a view of that here. It's looking a little wild in this box. These were already laying down. These are kind of flat. This is kind of flat. Spinach took it okay. Maybe do a quick update on these as well. Also, my grow light situation, you might have noticed, I had started with this smaller one, but it only covered those. Got a slightly larger one that hangs off a little more, and I'm hoping that that provides a little more light for these guys over here. So the updates I have here, tomato plants continuing to absolutely crush it. They're all looking great. That pepper plant is still threatening to peek through, but hasn't done it yet. What else new do we have? That might be about it in terms of new. Let them soak up some of that light, and I'll catch you out another day. I just cooked up some shrimp tacos. I'm gonna give this ultra filtered milkshake strawberry 30 grams of protein a try. I got this instead of Fairlife, so we'll see if it's any good. It's not bad. It's actually kind of refreshing. I was worried that I would not be interested and not able to drink them, but I think I could do these. I tried a fruity cereal one. That was a no for me. Guys, I'm completely wiped out. I ran a mile and walked probably another half mile to a mile, and my mile time was rough. It was like 13 and a half minutes. Really bad, but first run out in a while. But I know the reason why is probably tied to the fact that I have not drank any water, probably really dehydrated, and it's the first run in a while. That obviously is a thing, but also I've just been eating like absolute trash. I've been eating out so much because I've just been stressed, and I need to end the loop. So this is me ending the loop, or trying to anyways. Usually when I make one progressive step, then I'm making a lot better choices from there. Okay, quick update. It is Wednesday, April 1st, and it has been, I want to say, almost exactly 3 weeks since I planted these out, and I've noticed a few things that I want to point out here. I did some thinning in the last video, and look at how much healthier this Burpee Bib box looks. Sorry, my lighting is not super great, but we're going to have to work with it. This all came up a lot healthier. It's not as leggy. There's some remnants of like pieces that I thinned and just didn't get all the way out of the box, but this looks great. Also, the salad bowl and gourmet blend, there's a really interesting update here. First of all, that's lush, beautiful, and looking absolutely perfect. But as I looked at the side that was previously mostly empty, these two were the only things that had come up initially. But now I'm starting to see there are a couple other sprouts forming from what I thought was just absolutely not going to grow anything. I didn't plant any additional seeds like I had thought that I might, and I'm glad I didn't, because things are coming up now and I didn't need to do that. So this is exciting for me. I'm really pleased to see that. That was completely unexpected. The little gem variety also is looking a little bit stronger now that I've thinned each spot to only have one plant. And the cilantro, you can see lots of true leaves forming. Once these bunching onions get about probably 2 to 3 more inches tall, I'm going to cut a couple inches off the top, give them a little haircut, and that'll keep them growing healthy. But this is just absolutely luscious and beautiful. The seeds I've started in cells have been making some improvements since I've been bottom watering and being a little bit more consistent in caring for them. So you'll see here that this line of tomatoes had all but this spot with a plant. This one has now just come up. These tomatoes are starting to get taller and stronger. And then we've got these pepper plants. There's one that's fully come up. This one is about to pop out, and this one is just forming here. That's awesome. I'm trying to think if there's anything else in here that I wanted to point out. Those were definitely the main highlights. Things are just looking a lot better than I was expecting, given how bleak it was the other day over the weekend when I was with you guys last. I am starting to lose a little bit of hope on what should be our peppers and delphiniums in these trays. Maybe that's a premature realization. Maybe I just need to be a little bit more patient, but there's nothing going on here. There's also no delphiniums coming up yet in these rows, and that's fine. I don't really have a good spot for them anyways on my balcony. They were going to end up, I was going to try to keep a couple on my balcony, but most of them were going to have to go to my parents anyways. So fingers crossed about that, and hopefully my next update we'll see something coming up in those. But overall, things are looking really good. I'm very pleased at where we're at right now. So I just ordered my very first GreenStalk. I've been watching Acre Homestead. Becky, she has a ton of these GreenStalks in her garden, and she has a code ACRE that I use to get $10 off. So I'm very, very excited. Like, the fact that this is bringing me so much joy is kind of ridiculous. My current strawberry planter, it kind of like pushes the plants towards the center of the planter because there's not enough space for the roots to grow like directly underneath of them. And I already know that these are going to be better quality than that. And I bought a few extras because that would put me over to the free shipping. So I got some sticky notes that were just cute. And then I got these little, they're called GreenStalk seed houses, which are like little covers that you can put over the slots where the plants are, so that if you're starting seeds outside, you can keep them protected while they germinate. So that's cool. And then I also went ahead and got the Fox Farm Organic Jumpstart Fertilizer so I can add those right into the GreenStalk. As of right now, I believe that I will be fully planting that out with strawberries. My uncle is going to be bringing me strawberry runners from his garden, and I'm hoping that I'll be able to plant that whole thing out with those. But we'll see. I'll keep you updated. I'm really excited to get this order. And it said that the shipping was like 3 to 5 days. So I'm going to have to go get some more potting soil. So I'll update you whenever it is that I, in fact, go ahead and pick up that potting soil and get this package. I am thrilled. So between this package and then I ordered prescription sunglasses because I haven't worn sunglasses in like literally 6 years since I started wearing my glasses full time. So between this GreenStalk and my sunglasses, there goes most of my half of my tax return. But also, I'm so thrilled. These are purchases that are bringing me a lot of joy. So stay tuned on the updates for these.
He's so cute and little. And then there's Bia.
It is Friday, April 3rd, around noon, and everything is looking pretty much the same as the last time I updated, but I do want to show some really exciting things. So I was thinking that the delphiniums are going to be a wash, but I noticed this morning, kind of hard to see, But right here, there's one coming up. There's also one that's a little bit underneath the soil more, but it's right here. Oh, there's another one. Oh my gosh. And then there's one back there too. So the delphiniums are finally, oh, I lied. That's a pepper. These are delphiniums. The delphiniums are finally coming up here in these small cells. I don't see any in the bigger cells yet, but they're here, and that's really exciting to me. So looking forward to seeing those come up. The only other new thing that I've seen is a little bit more kale. Other than that, all of this is looking good. Cilantro is coming along extremely well. Looks like these little gem lettuce varieties are starting to bunch up in the center. More starts of lettuce here. Good morning. It is Sunday, April 5th this morning, and so that means that it has been, I believe, 3.5 weeks since we planted out these, and then that would make it 3 weeks? 2 weeks? I need to do the math. Hold on. 4 weeks. 2.5 weeks. Pretty sure that's right. But anyways, here's the growth, and it's looking really great. I'm going to go ahead and give them a water. It has been kind of rainy, cold, and windy for the past week or so. I haven't been able to take them outside at all, but I'm hoping this afternoon it's going to be around 60 degrees, not too windy, nice and sunny. I'm going to go ahead and take them outside then, but right now I'm just going to hit them with some water. Water. Do some bottom watering over here, so I'm going to fill up the tray. Okay. That's that on watering. Let me give you a little bit of a up close take. Let me get the dirt off my fingers up first. That just went into my mouth. Nice. These are things that are looking on week 4 for these. Just watered, so they're going to be a little flat. And then for these, the tomatoes are doing wonderfully back here. Later today, I'm going to thin them out so that each box only has 1 tomato plant. And then these are marigolds. These are peppers. There's 1 delphinium starting in that one. Got plenty of tomatoes. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with all of them here, but these both are tomatoes. These are peppers. Again, delphiniums just starting to poke their sprouts up. So there's 1 there and 1 in the back. Daisies, daisies, Chinese forget-me-nots, marigold, no zinnias in this one, 1 zinnia, kale that's looking sad, and calendula that has passed away, I believe. Later today, I'll show you what it looks like when I'm taking them outside to harden them off some more. Probably give them a good 3 hours today, and then we'll bring them back in. So that's the overview. I'm sweaty. Okay, I just got done working at Kara's, and we got a bunch of branches bagged up, a bunch of leaves bagged up, and I'm not even sure how many bags that we had, but it's probably around 15 bags that we got filled up. It looks a lot better, but I'm hot and I'm worried. So I was working with a crew neck on, so only my neck up was exposed, but I will say that that was a choice because I have one of my best friend's weddings is on Saturday. So I have 6 days to make sure that my face and neck are not sunburned or just a completely different color than the rest of my body. So I was like thinking to myself, am I gonna need to go lay out and try and even it out like on my chest and arms because my dress is strapless? So am I gonna need to go like burn the rest real quick so I can even it out, and hopefully it all blends by the time Saturday rolls around. And if so, today's the only sunny day. For like the next 2 weeks, it looks like it's just gonna be cloudy and rainy. So, but I do fear that I do have a little bit of a sunburn, at least on my face. If it's just my face, I'm not gonna be as worried about it, but if it's my face and neck that's sunburned, I'm gonna need to do something different, because I don't really want my strapless dress to like show that my neck and face are a different color than the rest of my body. Like, that's not ideal. So I don't know, it was a choice, but nothing feels better to me than working up a sweat outside on a nice day, getting stuff done, seeing the visual difference of a huge pile of branches turn into a bunch of bags of branches up in the front to get hauled off. So very rewarding work, healing for the soul. I love, love, love this time of year, love being outside. And I'm so thankful that my friend has allowed me to take over their backyard a little bit and help them with these projects, because it brings me so much joy to be outside. I don't have a yard of my own, so it's like a playground for me to be out there chopping branches and raking up leaves and cleaning things up. So I'm very grateful, very hot and sweaty. I'm gonna go home and drink a liquid IV and do a little bit of cold water on the face, I think. But it was fun. I wish I could have taken more videos. I didn't want to be invasive of my friend's home, so I didn't want to take too many videos, but I have a few of the after, which isn't going to give you much of a comparison, but it's significantly better than it was. And that's just, let's see, I would have got there around, I don't know, 10:30, and it's about 3 o'clock now, probably a half-hour break, so probably about, I don't know, 4 or 5 hours of work, I don't know. But it was good. Worked up a sweat, enjoyed it the whole time, and I'll have to go back and do some more later. And now that I'm done doing yard work, I am hanging out outside while my boyfriend is working, and I'm having some teriyaki steak and crab rangoons from Makita Hibachi, enjoying the sunshine. So it's a beautiful day. I'm thrilled that it's sunny. I'm sad that it's about to be cloudy and dark for like 2 weeks straight, but we're gonna live it up while we have it. Alright, so I got my cells here. I need to thin things so that there's only one per cell. These are way too small to have multiple plants growing in the same cell. So I'm going to start over here with the tomatoes. Most of them are pretty good. There's this one here that has 2. This one's standing a little taller, so I'm just going to go in and pull that one. And honestly, I could probably plant that little guy in a different cell because I've got its roots still attached here, but I don't need that many tomato plants, so I'm not going to do that. Then again, here in this back cell, I'm going to do the same thing. What else? So tomatoes, peppers, delphinium. This will be fine. The daisies will be fine. Another daisy. Chinese forget-me-nots. I really am so hesitant. I know that this one probably needs more space, but there's 2 here, but I don't really want to mess with it, so I'm not going to. Okay, so I was debating on the Chinese forget-me-nots. I kind of just want to leave them both, but I won't. I'm going to see if I can gently tug that one out. So it's these 2 here, and I think I'm going to try to gently tug out this first one. Oh, I heard a snap. But there's still some roots attached to it here. Still a little bit of roots attached to it, so I might just tuck it into the back one. Oh, the back one actually has a plant coming up. Okay. Maybe I shouldn't be disturbing these. The others are these ones down here. So there's 2 kale, both quite leggy. I'm gonna take out the taller one because it's more leggy. This calendula has died. Just disappointing, but I'm just gonna not mess with it. These are both zinnia. And they appear to be my only 2 zinnia. So again, I'm gonna try to be gentle. Oh, wow. Look at the roots on that one. That's awesome. Okay, I'm just gonna tuck that into a different slot. Let's do one that's actually gotten some water. Go ahead and stick that root in there. There we go. Hopefully that's a successful transplant situation. Got a couple kale back here I'm gonna leave alone for now. That's pretty much good for this tray. Let's move that back into the light. For this tray, we do have several, all 3 of the tomato plants have multiples. My goodness. I like really don't want to mess with these because they look really good. Obviously, you can see too the comparison of how good these look versus how these ones are back here. These are the same variety. Very short. These ones are much larger, and they've been planted for the same amount of time, and they've gotten roughly the same amount of light and water. So that's interesting. And for my purposes, because I can only have 2 tomato plants on my balcony, I will probably be picking 2 of these. Man, I don't even want to thin them. I will say this over and over again. Thinning feels wrong, but I'm gonna go ahead and do it. I feel like I could just tuck it into the side. Just to pull them apart a little bit. This is dumb. I know it's a bad idea. I don't need this many tomato plants. It's literally fine if I don't keep them, but I don't want to thin them. This one I will just pull out because it's quite a bit smaller. And then same with this one over here. Okay, I feel good about that. Need to get some more water. Probably top water these. I've been bottom watering them, but it doesn't look like they're getting quite enough. So when I pulled that Chinese forget-me-not out of the cells back there, I did just tuck it over here in the corner of the Stelphinium one. I don't know. It's all an experiment. And the marigolds, let's see. These 3 are quite close together. I think I can get rid of the little guy. Maybe tuck it back here. I might get rid of one more because there's 3 still in here. I do actually want a lot of marigolds, whether or not I keep them for myself or plant them in my friend's garden. I do want to keep most of them if I can. These 2 are fine. These 2 are quite close together. Oh, there's 3. I'm gonna get rid of this tiny guy. And we're gonna just scoot this one over. All right. Okay, feeling better about that. You can just see how much better though, like the tomatoes and the marigolds are doing here compared to the tomatoes and marigolds that are in this back row. So I think I'm gonna, moving forward, like next year, since I don't have that big of a garden anyways, I think I'm just gonna start everything in these larger pots. Since I've got my lettuce varieties hardening off, I'm gonna let these soak up the light as much as I can. And I think I'm gonna go grab my watering can, fill it up, and water the tomatoes a little bit. So give me a second. Small amount more just to get that back one here. Get those a little bit more. Oh, it's been quite a day. So Started off the day around 10:30, went over to my friend's house and started helping them clear out their backyard because they're going to be moving soon. So they're going to need to get their house ready to sell. So they had a lot of branches that had fallen, and we went ahead and broke those down, got them bagged up and taken to the curb. We also got a bunch of leaves cleaned out, but it's going to take me a few trips to go and get that all cleaned up for them. They have a large garden plot, like it's massive, and I would like to get that cleared up and looking good for when they get ready to sell it. I just dream of the day that I have a backyard with a space like that. It's gives me a lot of hope, gives me a lot of wonder, and like in my mind I'm like, oh, if I had this space I'd be planting cantaloupe and tomatoes and cucumbers and all this stuff. But it brought me so much peace and so much joy to be outside today. It has not been very nice weather-wise this past week, and it looks like going forward into this coming week and even into the next, there's going to be lots of cloudy days, rainy days, and that's great. We need the rain, but there's nothing like being outside all day on a sunny day. So got to spend several hours over there, enjoyed some ice cream cake because it was the little one's birthday, so that was awesome. And then left around, I want to say, was it 2:30, 3 o'clock? And spent the rest of my afternoon outside, sitting in my lawn chair, eating my Akita hibachi, and waiting for my boyfriend to finish up the work that he was working on. I'm glad that I took the time to do all those things today. If I would have stayed home, it'd be kind of unlikely that I'd be outside as long as I did. I do fear that I might have gotten a little bit sunburnt, but I think it is just going to be good color. It's going to wear off soon enough. I have my best friend's wedding this coming weekend on Saturday. I'm a bridesmaid, so I hope that everything looks okay for that. But yeah, I just feel rejuvenated. I feel like this is going to give me a lot of energy going into the week, and it's a short week for me. So today's Easter Sunday. Tomorrow, we have tomorrow off from work, and then Thursday I have a half day. Friday I'm taking off for wedding prep stuff, and then yeah, and then going into the weekend. So I've got this past weekend has been a long weekend for me. I've got another one upcoming, so it's going to be a short work week. I am feeling energized, and I'm hoping I can carry this energy with me at least a little bit into the week. So thanks for coming along with me today. I post videos every Sunday, and I do them as like just similar to this one, as filming throughout the week and then compiling them for Sunday. I have of the work that I did today so that you can see what I was working on at my friend's house. So I hope it's sunny wherever you're watching this from, and I hope you were able to enjoy a nice, relaxing, or work-filled day out in the sunshine. We've got big things planned for the week ahead. To give you a little preview, I ordered a GreenStalk, and this will be my first ever GreenStalk. I have like an Amazon version of it, but it's not very great. So my uncle's going to be bringing me a bunch of strawberry runners from his plants at home, and he lives in New Mexico, so they're going to make quite the trip over here to Nebraska. And I'm going to plant out this GreenStalk with those strawberry plants, and I'm very, very excited. I love strawberries. The planter that I bought is this cute pink color, so I'm just looking forward to that project. I'm hoping that that comes in this week. With the weather being kind of crummy, at least the forecasted weather being kind of crummy, I'm not sure if I'll be able to get out there and get it all put together, but I know I'll have a good video for you next week, even if it's just updates on what I've got going and growing over there on my balcony garden. So thanks for coming along for the ride. I hope you enjoyed chatting with me today, and if you made it this far in the video, please comment down below what you're looking forward to most this April. For me, it's going to be getting back outside at my grandma's house and getting my hands dirty and mowing. So thanks again. Take care. Look at this naughty Care Bear.